What's going on? It's your girl Fathom here once again with another Sunday's Truth. I was having a conversation with a client just the other day, and we were talking about the music scene here in Chicago and a specific rap artist who used to kill it back in the day. And he's just like, what's going on? Why is he not popping? Why is he not? And I'm not going to say names, of course, but I kind of gave him my overall thought about what Chicago is. Chicago is like a bitter ex-girlfriend, for the sake of the conversation. A bitter ex-girlfriend or boyfriend, but a girlfriend, because the girlfriend, the characteristics of most of us as women kind of go along with, unfortunately, the nagging and the bitching and the talking and the complaining. I know that's not, it might be stereotypical, but just roll with me for the situation, for the conversation, for the idea. So you grow up here in Chicago and, you have a new understanding because you got an ID, you got, your youth, you old enough to kind of do what you want to do. So it's like a new relationship. So you're all about it, like going out, kicking it, discovering new venues and, meeting people and networking and stuff. You're really excited. You get to know her a little bit and you're like, man, I can do so much and blah, 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 because I got this ID and, I have this energy and this whole concept of what I want to do. Super great, dope, perfect. So you're starting to get to know her, you're getting to meet people, you're getting comfortable, you start, hanging out at her house a lot, and her friends are there, and you get to meet the friends, and y'all eating Harold's chicken and doing your thing, and everything is, going well. You turn around, years later, you start getting comfortable. A couple years later, you get comfortable, you're hanging out at her house a lot. You get a little belly from eating the Harold's chicken. You get a little, little hangovers because you're drinking and hanging out. You look up and you realize that you're not doing much. You're just hanging out, working every day, coming home, drinking, kicking it, partying. And that's just what you're doing. Your work, where's your work? Where's your artistry? Where is that in the world? You look up, all your friends are going to work every day. They complaining about their jobs. She complaining about not making enough money and what you bringing to the table and how you don't want to do nothing. Sound like your ex-girlfriend. Sound like your current girlfriend. Then you start feeling a certain kind of way. Like, wait a minute, is this all that's left here for me? Is laying up under you eating Harold's chicken and drinking and these people complaining and just talking? Is that all that's left for me in this city? Is that with these people? And you start to try to configure a plan because you know that there's more outside. As soon as you start to configure that plan, you might have to extract yourself. Oh, Lord, you did not extract yourself from the friends and stuff. And they all wondering where you at and why you ain't eating Harold's with them. Why you're not dancing at the club and drinking and singing and stuff like that. And you're like, I'm tired of that. I'm tired. I want more. I want a full-fledged relationship and a plethora of experiences. And you just keep showing me Harold's chicken and partying and going to people's houses and hanging out and talking shit. I'm not suggesting that other cities aren't like this, but this is my experience. And so you look up and you've created this plan and you on your way and you've extracted yourself and they all got attitudes because you must have showed up somewhere that you haven't been in a while and you got a new sense of purpose and you shining kind of bright. And the girlfriends and the girlfriend's friends is trying to figure out who you think you are. Why you think you better than them? Then all of a sudden, you start connecting with people in other places. You start going other places. And they throwing shade on you. And she's yapping louder. She's trying to figure out where you think you're going and who is this new person you seeing and why you haven't been calling them and you think you better than everybody and the hatred because you've decided that you want more for your life. Only when you start moving do the exes start talking. Only when you start to spread your wings do people have problems with you and your ascension You're wanting to do better for yourself. Chicago does not have a success rate for art, does not have a success rate for music. What it has a success rate is for working. Blue collar workers. Some of you won't want to identify it because maybe you're middle class. But if you have someone else who creates the job that you do, someone else who writes the check for you, then you fall under the category of being one of those people who does not create their own ways, who may not be an entrepreneur. Entrepreneurs in this city have a hard time because everybody else has found some kind of job. Everybody else has found some income that doesn't create a space for them to navigate. They're very comfortable and etched, getting a check, doing what someone else wants them to do, and not having to sell or assert themselves in a particular way. That's gravy if that's all you want for your life. The issue is that we don't have a climate, or we have not had a climate that suggests that you support and understand the endeavors of the entrepreneur, of the artist, of the creative, musician, singer, songwriter, painter, graphic designer. We don't have, or haven't had, because the thing that's changing is because the employment opportunities are few and far between, the education opportunities are few and far between. There has to be a shift that happens that says you have to start looking at your business, at your endeavors as business, and people who have had employment, who have had those, constant checks, are having to figure out how to do that type of business. So we're in a state of change, and hopefully this will create a space where people will be more supportive of those who venture and dare not to work regular jobs and be blue collar mentality type people who understand the need. Most of these folks that people say, oh, I support him and I support her, blah, 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 blah. Most of these brands are attached to large amounts of money, are attached to corporate machines. Because they are attached to corporate machines, they're really not independents. They really aren't out here trying to sell products. They really aren't out here trying to navigate and make their ways. That's a different lane. We're talking about people who really are seriously feverish about changing the climate that we work and live in. Because the mentality and the ideology of Chicago is kind of killing its art, because we don't have the facilitation of the industry to create the success rate that creates more people who want to be successful at these artful endeavors. So you get mad because those people finally realize that they need to go to another region in order to find success. He left Chicago. He had to go somewhere else and get it. Why do you think he had to do that? He had to do it because we have yet to build a business model that is successful for music labels, for art labels, or art houses, for galleries. It's real kind of seasonal. It's real kind of, oh, that's cute that you do that on the side, but what do you really do for money? When we have a climate that says investors are looking to invest in brands, when we have people who are willing to take risks and create the industries that we need and create employment, we're going to do big things. This is a long video. But the reason why Chicago is a hate-based place is because people here are not living their dreams. They're not able to live their dreams here. There's a climate that suggests mediocrity. And in order for us to change that climate, we have to be feverish about doing the things that we need to do and making connections with people who are serious about changing the climate. And I am very happy and I am very excited about the possibilities that I now have, because I'm addressing myself and my business differently. Yes, indeed. And you will see that, and hopefully you will see more of the people who I am partnering with and collabing with and working with who are interested in truly creating a different presence for Chicago here in my networks and, amongst the company of people who are doing such things. So that's Sunday's truth for today. I'm not going to make it super long because it's already long. But anyway, I want to wish you cosmic kisses and well wishes. I want you to be excited, invigorated. I want you to aspire and inspire and try your best. If it means you have to be alone, be alone. Be alone. Get focused. Shed the skins. Do what you need to do to bring forth the kind of energy and people who are really feverish about the things that you want to do. You will have to let folks go. You will have, reasons, seasons. Some people will be lifetimes. But if you're feverish about the work that you're supposed to do and changing the climate, you will know what you're worth, and you will seek the type of people who are productive and who are interested in creating the things and doing the things that are good for you and will create the success that we need to have as a city. And if you can't, or if you see yourself only being able to get so far, then leave. And I'm going to be happy for you, because when my time comes, if it is meant for me to have to go somewhere else to further my dreams and ideas, to further my goals, then my heart and my mind is prepared and I'm ready, because I know what I want. And if Chicago cannot support me in what I want to do, then I have to go. And I'm going to kiss you and wave my hand and hop off into what is next for me in my life. And that is important to know, that somebody supports you when you're leaving. And I'm not going to be mad or bitter when you do it, because I know that if you're going to do your thing, and if the universe says that you have to do it, then you got to do it. All right. I've said enough. It's 12 minutes. I probably don't need to do another video forever. So I'm going to wish you cosmic kisses as I did before and say space.